Alright, dear Cut and Sew Tribe, you are welcome to Cut and Sew Tribe YouTube channel. I want to appreciate all our subscribers. Thank you all for subscribing to this channel. I really appreciate you all. If today is your first time of checking on this channel, you are highly welcome. Feel free, feel at home. So today we are going to learn how to cut this beautiful dress. So for the required materials, I'll be using my velvet material. So I have this black velvet material that I want to use for this style, and it's about 2.5 yards. So this is my bead. I'm going to use this bead for the embellishment of the neck, both the front neckline and the back neckline. So of course you need two scissors, your paper scissors and your fabric scissors. So I already have my patterns here, the upper bodies and the lower bodies. Now this is it. If you don't know how to go about how to draft this, check somewhere on this channel. You're going to see detailed tutorial on how to draft basic body and basic skirt. So the only thing I want to do on this basic body pattern now is that I want to alter the neck. You know, the neck is no longer basic neckline. So for the width of my neck, for both the front and the back, I will use the width. I want to use 5 inches. 5 inches is okay by me, but you can use between 5 to 6 inches. You know, that neck is very wide. Do you get it now? So this is the back side. So, and the depth, I want to use 8 inches. If you really want it low like the way it is on that picture, you can use like 10 inches, because you see the neck is very low, but I don't want mine to be as low as that. So that is why I decided to use 8 inches. So for the back neckline, I am using 5 by 8 inches. For the front, the width is going to be 5, and I use 3.5 for the depth. So that is just the alteration on the neckline. And don't forget, because we are working on velvet material, I want to make these bodies, these upper bodies, I want to make it dartless. There is no dart there. The only thing I've forgotten to do on this is I'm going to contour my CB, my center back, by just that ½ inch. Now, like I said, if you really want to know how to go about these basic bodies, check this channel. I have a detailed tutorial. So I haven't explained this. I'll just go ahead and cut out my pattern, the upper bodies and the down parts, and we are going to proceed. So this is it. I have my pattern cut out. So this is for the front, and you know, when you want to transfer it to the fabric, your front is going to be on fold. Now, you know, the pattern is without seam allowance. I'll be adding 2 inches seam allowance all through. So just go ahead and add any seam allowance of your choice. So this is me trying to add my seam allowance of 2 inches down to the hem line. So you are going to do the same thing for the back, or for the back block, and you just cut. So this is it. This is for the front. I'm going to put it aside. I'll cut the back as well. So now for the back, this is it. You know, you're going to add zipper allowance to it. So for the zipper area, I'll just be adding 1 inch. 1 inch is okay. 1 inch is okay for the zipper. So, and I'll just cut it. And I'm going to put it aside. This is the back. I'll put it aside. So now for the upper bodies, I'll just go ahead and add 2 inches seam allowance to the side. But the armhole area, we had ½ inch, the shoulder ½ inch, and the neckline I will use ½ inch. Now I'll just go ahead and cut it out. So this is for the front, and I will repeat the same thing for the back. This is it. I have it like so. For the back, I'm going to add 1 inch to the zipper side, 2 inches to the side seam, and I will add ½ inch all through to the neck and the armhole area, and I will cut. So I have it like this. I'm going to use the remaining fabric for my sleeve. I'm going to cut my sleeve. Alright, I have prepared my sleeve. This is it. You know, it's going to be a long sleeve. So I have it like this. This is set. And for the back blocks, I added a little bit of stay to the zipper area, to the zipper side, so that I will support that place. Do you get it now? So my interfacing is going to give that place a little bit of strength. I hope you get it. So I did the same thing for the skirts. For the back block alone, you know, the zipper area, I added a bit of structure to it. Now this is what I will go and do. The first thing I will do now is I'm going to take it to the sewing machine. The back, the two back, I'm going to join it together on the waistline. Can you see it? So you bring the two back together, join it together on the waistline on your seam allowance. I'm going to do that for both of them, and I'll come and show you the next thing to do. So this is it. I'll join it on the waistline, the two back block. So the next thing to do now, I've turned the neckline as well, just a single fold, because you know this is just this is velvet, it doesn't fray. Do you get it? So I gave it just a single fold. Do you get it now? So I'll take it to the sewing machine back, and I'm going to insert my zipper. So after that, I'll come and show you the next thing to do. So I'll fix my zipper. I have finished up my vent. Can you see it? I used Emi gum to just finish it up because I don't want to sew the back here. So the next thing to do now is I'll take my front pieces, both the upper bodies and the skirt, to the sewing machine. I'm going to join it at the waistline. I'm going to attach the two together. So after that, I'm going to finish up the neckline, and I'll come and show you how to shape this. So this is it. I've turned the neck and I've joined it together on the shoulder. So the next thing to do now is to insert all your circumferences, the bust, the waist, the hip. So whatever your circumference is, just go ahead and insert it. So I will do mine like this, and I will just chalk it. Now you have to, if at the end of the day, after taking the shape like this, if you realize that the allowance, you know, we added allowance and I said it is optional, but you know, for tutorial purpose, it is better you have it like this and trim it out than for you to have shortage. Do you get my point now? So I will chalk it out, and after shaping it, if I have it in excess, I'm going to trim it out. So after this now, I'm going to put this on the mannequin, and we are going to start our beading. All right, this is how the dress looks like on the mannequin. So this is what we're going to use for the beading. It is called plastic pearl. So the bead size, this one is bigger. Now this is what you're going to use to arrange your bead. So fishing line, I want to encourage you to use this so that it will not break. By the time we arrange them, it will be heavy. Do you get it now? So please endeavor to use this is fishing line. Now this is what you will do. It's very simple because this one is a big bead, so it's going to make it very very fast. So this is what I have in mind to do. The bead actually drops down like this, so I want to do it like this. From the CF center front, I'll measure, like, depending on how low you want it to be. So here I will have 10 inches, and I will just chalk it a bit. Do you get it now? And this part, I will bring it to my armhole area. From the shoulder to the armhole, I will measure, like, say 5 inches, so that I will get that curve shape. Do you get it? And I will just go like this to the other side. So for you to know the length of your bead, just go ahead and measure this, so that you will not be arranging and losing again. So this one is very simple. I have experimented with it for the back home. So this is it. You measure the length, and that length is what you are going to cut out on your fishing line. So measuring the length, you cut it out on your fishing line. You can add, like, let's say 8 inches extra because of the knotting. You are going to knot it. Do you get it now? So I've actually done this, but I'm still going to show you how to knot, because the knotting is kind of funny. So this is it. I have measured the length of this one, and I have it like this. So this is how the first one is going to drop. So I have it like this. So to pass your bead, I have my bead, my fishing line, and I'll just go ahead and start. Because it is big, the hole is actually big as well. So just go ahead and pass it in. So pass it in. You don't need needle to pass it. If it is those tiny one, you will need needle. But this one is actually the hole there is very wide. So I just go ahead and pass my bead like that. So do you get the idea now? This is just how to go about it. This is how you are going to do everything for both the front and the back. So I think this should be enough now. So yes, it is enough for me now. So I have this. Now, since we are done, let me just add one more. So you can just, like, this is what you will have. You will now go ahead and knot it back. You have to do this so that your bead will not be removing. Can you see the way I'm trying to knot it, so that I can have my big knot there? So just try and tack it down. This is easier, but just make sure that you tie it very well. This fishing line is not thread, so if you don't arrange it very well, it will not stay. So this is what I have, and we can just go ahead now and tack it to the dress. This one now, you can use thread. You are going to use matching thread. I have my thread here already, so I'm using black thread. So, and you will just, like, this is it, very easy and simple. This side now, you are going to see hole here and just tack it neatly. This one, there is no one method to it. You just have to be strategic about it. Go ahead and be careful so that you don't pack your dress. So I'm going to do that neatly. I'll pass it through the fishing line. Do you get it now? You can just go ahead and cut it. You can cut this excess now, you don't need it again. And you are going to repeat the same thing for this other side. Just bring it, you know, we are working on the second row, so you bring it like this. Can you see it? It's very simple. So just make sure you do it neatly. You know, we are after neat finishing, so just go ahead and tack it down. And this is how I'm going to do everything, front and back. Do you get it now?